guys. Hope you're doing well. And just as I promised, I'm doing part 3 in this little mini series, Why Are We Attracted to Toxic Relationships? So for those of you who don't know, my name is Nicole Miller, author of How to Overcome Heartbreak, Recovering from Misguided Love. And in my book, I basically share my story of a serious relationship that I was in and how that relationship ended in heartbreak and how my faith helps me to move forward after that breakup and some of the things that I learned in hindsight. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining, Kareem. So this is part 3 of Why Are We Attracted to Toxic Relationships? And earlier in the week, I addressed part 1 and 2. Reason number 1 is we're insecure. We struggle with feeling like we need someone else to validate our worth and our value. Reason number 2 is neediness. We feel like we're incomplete and we need someone to kind of fill that void, or we find our identity in other people needing us. So reason number 3 is going to be we have a misguided view of love. Most people get into relationships because they want to be loved. Our culture exalts romantic love in music and movies and books. They glamorize this experience of being infatuated and feeling a high based on chemistry and attraction, and they lead us to believe that that experience is true love, and therein is the lie. Chemistry and attraction are great, however, they are not a great foundation for building qualities for a relationship because they're temporary. They fluctuate. So if we were to build an actual building with materials that were not sturdy and that were fluctuating, then we would not have confidence that the building would continue to stand. Good morning, Jocelyn. Thanks for joining in. As soon as a storm hits, that building would cave because it doesn't have the support that it needs to endure the storm. So that's similar to a relationship. We need quality characteristics to be a foundation for building a lasting relationship. But since we were taught that true love is based on emotions and feelings and highs, we settle for what we think true love is. So reason number 3 that we are attracted to toxic relationships is that we have a misguided definition of love. I discussed my own experience and how I was led by my emotions and false view of love into an unhealthy relationship in my book, How to Overcome Heartbreak. Looking back, I can see that both myself and my ex, we were sincere in our feelings that we had for one another, but we didn't understand that true love needs to be built on a foundation of character, maturity, and wisdom, and that chemistry and attraction should just be accenting that foundation. As a result, the relationship didn't last because neither one of us had strong character, we had very little maturity, and hardly any wisdom. We followed the rules of our culture, and we really believed that love was about how you felt about that person. So as I've grown and matured, I understand more now that love is more about sacrifice. It is the ability that person has to keep putting their partner before themselves, especially when it's difficult. As a Christian, I can see this in the life of Christ. His whole purpose was to come and die for his bride. He laid down his life for her, and we are to follow his example. But sometimes our view of love can consist of unhealthy qualities. Good morning, hello. Sometimes our view of love can consist of unhealthy qualities such as abuse or addiction because we experience that in our families and we tend to gravitate what is familiar. So my encouragement is to get wisdom and understanding of true love. Learn what healthy relationships look like. I've learned a lot from certain books. Some of the books that have helped me, one of them is called Save People. Another one's called Boundaries in Dating. And both of those books are by Doctors Henry Cloud and John Townsend. Of course, I want to recommend my own book, How to Overcome Heartbreak, Recovering from Misguided Love, which is available on Amazon. And if you want to connect with me and get more information, you can email me, Nicole Miller at overcomingheartbreak.net. You can also visit the website, www.betterthanwine.net, which is my blog site. And the website for the book is overcomingheartbreak.net. So if you guys have any other questions, you want to connect, you want to dialogue, you want to learn more about getting healthy and getting healed from your heartbreak and all of that good stuff, I'm available on any of those platforms. So again, just to recap on this mini-series this week on why are we attracted to toxic relationships. Reason number 1 is we're insecure. We feel like we need someone else to complete us. We're not enough by ourselves. We need to be in a relationship because we don't feel like we have value without one. Reason number 2 is neediness. We either feel like we need someone to complete us, or we find our value and identity in other people needing us. And reason number 3 is we have a misguided view of love. Maybe it's generational. Maybe you saw some unhealthy patterns and traits in your family, so you're gravitating towards that. I'm in my 30s, note dog. And just so you know, that's not polite to ask a woman how old she is. But anyways, I'm going to just leave it at that and let you guys connect with me in any other platform if you have additional questions. Otherwise, I may build on this mini-series. I may come up and share more reasons, or we may just, no, I'm not offended. I'm just teasing you. I may just share on another topic that, and you guys can give me topics that you want to hear from. Just email me if there are any other topics you want to hear from. So basically, I'm on this journey with you guys, healing and overcoming from heartbreak, learning how to be healthy and whole, and basically walking in purpose and destiny. Those are the things that are on my heart, and I want to see this generation do the same. So you guys have a great day. Happy Friday. Enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and be blessed, and I'll talk to you later. And share this with anyone you feel needs the information. Thanks, and have a good day.